Welcome, everyone, to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan. With me tonight, former NBA players Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony, with David Aldridge joining us courtside. And so off the tip, it's Brooklyn. Here's Irving. And Dr. J slams it in.
And you love the quick ups, but then how about that explosiveness on the finish? Irving, man, he just has incredible gift.
Good.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander.
And watch out for SGA going to the basket. He will put it on your head if you're not watching.
Greg, seems like we always talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's offensive side. But when it comes to deflections and steals, his defense, he's one of the best.
Yeah, his two-way ability is sometimes overlooked in the mainstream media. But people in the know how good of a defender he is. Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
Rejected by Booker. Middleton outside. It's stolen by Banchero. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And Gilgeous-Alexander throws it down.
An outstanding transition player. When Gilgeous-Alexander is on the attack, good luck trying to contain him.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Steven Adams unable to get his last shot to go. Booker with it. Now defended by Embiid.
And if you're trying to get the most out of Middleton offensively, put him in catch-and-shoot situations.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. And Brooklyn making a change here. We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. The drive-by Ball. And Ball slams it in.
A magician put the ball in his hands. LaMelo making it look easy.
Stolen by Ball. 4 on 3 as they bring it up. Back to Irving. Shoots it. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
Not the shot I expected him to take or make, but hey, look, joke's on me. He hit it.
From 15 feet away, and the bank shot is good. Booker's got his second basket.
So lethal from the mid-range. Booker's just one of those guys that can hit you at all 3 levels.
And stolen by Booker. Miller outside. Another shot. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Here's Booker. A shot that time, not on target. Great D that time from Irving. And there's the drive. The kick out to Ball. Second shot opportunity. Rejected by Booker. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter.
First personal foul. First team foul.
34 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Oh, my goodness! What a play!
And you overplay Middleton to shoot the J. This is what he can do.
Pass to Banchero. Here's Gilmore. And he jams it with authority.
And if you try to block his shot, you risk getting posterized because he is good at using that height to his advantage.
Here's Booker. Excellent D there from Ball.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
Irving. And Irving throws it down.
Inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. And so it's Brooklyn, holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've got... And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Brooklyn.
They've started the game the right way, penetrating the defense and attacking the rim. They're just not settling.
And also, guys, they're playing for one another right now. All those extra passes are leading to easy buckets.
Here's Simmons. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
That's just sheer strength right there. Try to tie Simmons down all you want, but this guy fights hard for every basket.
Milwaukee shooting their first free throw of the game. And here's Edwards. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. It's a 5-point game. Knocks it loose. George with the steal. And it's George finishing it off.
And holding nothing back there, George gives the dunk his all.
Pass to Pippen. Now, here is O'Neal. Out to Edwards. And it's off from three-point range. And, Greg, it didn't take long for Anthony Edwards to prove himself in the NBA.
There's so much to like about his game. As outstanding as his offense is, his defense cannot be overlooked. He is a lockdown presence when he needs to be. And you can tell Martin's put a lot of work into his shot. He knows that the offensive end is where his value lies, so he wants to be as effective as possible.
Edwards cashing in from outside.
And we talk about the importance of versatility. He's really got it all on the offensive end.
Here's George. Beautiful reverse layup.
And it's really hard to knock George off his balance. He's just so long and strong. Nice take there.
And now an update on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander from David Aldridge. David, what'd you find out?
Hey, Kevin, I spoke with the head athletic trainer for Brooklyn. Oh, that is not what you want to see. It sounds like it's a serious injury.
David, thanks for the great update, guys. It doesn't sound good.
No, if that report is accurate, he's going to be spending a lot of time in rehab and on the sideline.
And you just hate to see any injury, but potentially a serious one like this breaks your heart.
It's Thomas outside. And Jokic with the rebound. Simmons with it. He's picked up by Pippen. And the rejection by Pippen.
Elite at both ends. Pippen sees the play develop, and then the perfect timing on the block. And you're asking for more trouble than you can handle if you're going to let him just roam free from beyond the arc.
And then Simmons slams it in.
Big-time flush from Simmons. You see how powerful he can be.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Brooklyn leading by 4. Outside Irving. No one near Banchero as he lets it go. Good on the three-point shot. Banchero's got himself on the board with 3 there. No good from Simmons.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Here's Irving. Paul George grabs the miss.
Oh, I can see some miscommunication on defense there very clearly. They were super fortunate it didn't torch them with that mistake.
First personal foul. Third team foul.
1:11 left to play here in the half. Cuts off the pass.
Good instincts to read the pass and get in a position to pick it off.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
We know mistakes lead to breaks. That's just textbook right there.
Here's Banchero. And finished off by Banchero.
When Banchero gets in tight, that's how he likes to finish. No layups for this big guy. He's all about the finish. And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. For Milwaukee, they have made 3 free throws so far. Haven't missed any. The first free throw is good.
And you have to appreciate the work ethic that Roy has. A true gym rat. And this guy just wants to get better. And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Stolen by George. Here's Simmons. Oh,
my goodness, man. And this is Simmons at his best. When this kid is attacking the rim, he is tough to contain.
Pass to Irving. Fires the 3. No good on that one. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Brooklyn leads by 5. And we'll be back with you right after this. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. And so it's Milwaukee now, trailing by 5. Simmons inside. The second chance effort. Duncan with the block.
And setting the tone with that rejection. Duncan, the defensive anchor of this team.
No good. Not a friendly rim at all this trip down. Edwards with it. Edwards at the rim.
Flying high. Anthony Edwards, ladies and gents, cleared for takeoff.
Outside for Roy. Back to Simmons. Missed inside. And here's George. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. They've led by as many as 11 points. And the dunk by Duncan.
Yeah, and at 7-1, Duncan is a problem in the paint. Outstanding with his extension there, just hammering it home.
Here's Roy. Can't hit the turnaround jumper.
How about that hard-nosed D in the paint right there? Nice job.
Yeah, he's got great position, and it makes it a really tough shot, even from such close range.
Here finishing with force. Whoa!
That's what I'm talking about.
And putting his explosive athleticism on full display there. George is capable of some highlight reel dunks.
And George gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Here's Simmons. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
Yeah, and the risk now is that he gets inside his own head. Time to take deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, and let the game come to you.
It's stolen by Duncan. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Oh, and the jam by Thomas.
such an incredible defender. Duncan, so clever, and coming up there with the steal to ignite the break.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. And Brooklyn making a change. Milwaukee trails by 13. The kick out to Tatum. Back to Booker. Stolen by Thomas. And now here's Pippen with the fast break chance. Outside Thomas. No good with the triple.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And there's the call on Devin Booker. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. It's Pippen on the wing. From deep. The putback. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And Brooklyn leads by 15.
Giddy up, Scottie Pippen with the putback.
For three, Roy. Rebound, Brooklyn.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
This is snowballing for them. They've got to get a good look next time down.
Pippen with the bucket.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on the pedal.
Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. And he gets the bucket.
And those are the kinds of plays that are just killing them right now.
Here's Roy. The kick out to Tatum.
Third personal foul. Second team foul.
Here's Booker. Booker going to work inside.
Crafty play by Booker inside, navigating to a point-blank look at the basket.
Back to Pippen. The three from Thomas. And so it's Brooklyn. Their lead at 15 going into the break. They've got their field goal percentage to thank for that. They've been hot from all over the floor tonight. And we've got more in 2K. And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Brooklyn leading by 15. Banchero outside. O'Neal on the wing. Connects from three-point range. Shaq's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for Brooklyn. Here's Booker. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
And you can see Booker's been in the weight room, right? Shows it on that play.
And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for Brooklyn.
They've been defending with excellent anticipation all game long. Just look at how many times they've managed to get their hands on the ball.
And not just that, they're also forcing turnovers at a high rate and taking advantage in transition.
And it's blocked. Lets the three fly. Gilmore grabs the miss. The shot by George, wide open. Misses the three. And so Booker will bring it up for Milwaukee. 15-point game. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Tatum, that's for two. Milwaukee, no good that time either. Brooklyn with the ball. They led by as many as 18 points. And stolen by Booker. Outside Tatum. Fires from deep. Poked away. And they recover it. The three. Good, and the assist goes to town.
No second thoughts from Tatum. Just look, he's ready.
Baseline J on the way. Rebound, Milwaukee. Booker outside. Pass to Tatum. Jokic a screen. Takes a three. A three from Tatum.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
Things are firing on all cylinders for them right now. We'll see if they can keep it going.
Kicks it out to Banchero. And he can't stop the run as he misses. Milwaukee trails by 9. Booker. And it's sent back by O'Neal.
And the aggressiveness on display here from O'Neal. Terrific at turning shots away with that size and length.
Banchero, that's good.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
That's a great possession. Put your best players in a position to succeed.
Brooklyn leading by 11. Here's Edwards. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And talented in so many ways. Edwards is focusing on two things: the refining of his shot mechanics and the sustained level of engagement.
Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. And here's Booker. Edwards with the block.
And the athleticism of Edwards helping on defense, capable of getting up to block shots.
And Brooklyn making a change here. For three, Booker. Gilmore grabs the miss.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
Yeah, he needs to mix things up on the offense. He simply just can't keep missing shots at this rate because he's destroying his teammates.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
And let me tell you, as a team, you love to hit your stride right at the crucial moments. They put this game away in style.
Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Here's Shaq. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. It goes on Chris Middleton.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Yeah, not just an impressive showing on offense, but on defense as well, executing their game plan perfectly.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
And you can see where they're coming from by fouling to stop the clock, but really they're just kidding themselves.
They throw good, Paul George.
And you know, George is a tough cover. The length, the range, smooth athlete, very difficult to match up with.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Brooklyn with the ball. It's a 12-2 run here. Good pace. Now Pippen. And they go to the intentional foul.
Ben Simmons. First personal foul. 4th team foul.
And the first one drops.
At the line for the away team, Scottie Pippen.
And both free throws good for Pippen. There's 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Simmons. It's blocked by Shaq. They retain possession. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everyone. We have some exciting NBA action coming up. Hi, folks. Brian Anderson here, alongside two fantastic analysts, Grant Hill and Brent Barry at the table, and our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Here we go.
And Brooklyn with possession here. And Carroll with it. Durant covering. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. Brooklyn shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. And he makes the first. No good on the second free throw. Pass to Yao. Here's Bogut. And he dunks it down.
And Bogut not messing around underneath. The big fella coming through.
And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. And slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Wow. I'll tell you, such an advantage having a playmaker who can get up to the rim and finish.
Now that is what every team wants.
I like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
The defensive effort was lacking a bit, but hey, give him credit for finding a weakness there.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Now here's Gobert. The three is up. The rebound by Embiid.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Back to Irving. Outside O'Neal. Fires the three. And that's good. Irving for three.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
And Grant, I know you played a part in Embiid's decision to join Team USA.
Yeah, B.A., I spent a lot of time talking to Joel Embiid and convincing him to play for us in the U.S. men's national team.
Superb D from Gilgeous-Alexander, using his length to wipe away the shot.
Here's Banchero. Nice start for him, sinking his first shot.
This team looks to him to score the ball. They feel good when he's taking the shots.
1:44 left in the opening quarter. Bogut, no good.
Probably should have scored there. He usually does.
The try by Irving.
Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish. Here's Bogut. To stop the run. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. It's going to go on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Bogut likes to be physical on the play, both ends of the floor, O and D, and gets the foul that time.
Both good from the line that time.
He's making the most of every trip to the line, providing for his team.
Irving for three. And it falls for him. He's hit 3 of his first 4 attempts.
They're locked in and focused on making each possession a success.
That's exactly how they got the lead. They ended up having multiple possessions in a row with good quality shots, knocked them down, and the game is fully in their control.
Building a big advantage early with a terrific all-around performance.
Well, if I was baking up a lead, I'd add 2 ingredients. One would be playing smart. The other one, playing selfless. They've done that tonight. Serve it up.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let up. I think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
You know you're doing something right when you find yourself up double digits in the first period.
Well, dominant so far. That's the responsibility of the starters. Now let's see if everybody else who plays in this game makes the same kind of high-level contribution.
They've shown so much energy right from the start, particularly on the offensive end.
Yeah, if you walked in at any point during this game to watch 5 minutes of play, one team played harder. We know who that was.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Bogut, no good. Pass to Thomas. Back to Irving. Good if it goes. And so it's Brooklyn, now holding a 12-point lead at quarter's end. They just can't miss right now. Every shot they're taking, you assume, is going in. And more in. We welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. A chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for Brooklyn.
Well, we're in the era of the three-point basket. So if you want to win games in this league, you have to connect from deep, and they have been thus far.
Well, not only that, but you love how unselfish they've been to start this game. That's going to get all the guys in a great flow and feeling good. So moving that ball around and scoring off assists, it's a nice way to play.
Shot clock at 6. George. It's hauled in by Houston. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. Houston shooting their third free throw attempt of the game. And Houston making a change here. That free throw good from Gilgeous-Alexander. You know, Grant, in interviews, Jason Tatum often seems understated and soft-spoken, but that's just him, isn't it?
That's true, B.A. Tatum has a quiet confidence about him. He doesn't feel the need to be loud or act out. He lets his work on the court do all the talking for him.
It's Tatum working inside.
And sometimes you forget how long Tatum is, and he's terrific at using this to his advantage inside.
Alexander with a steal. George outside. Here's Gobert. And Gobert with the stuff.
Got to give him credit for jumping on the ball and making the most at the other end.
Boy, inexcusable at this point of the game. They got to be more composed in these moments.
And how about the sequence in its entirety? Momentum swing, and you love the effort here.
Tatum with a steal. To the inside. Oh, nice fake, but the layup's off the mark. Brooklyn leading by 3. Here's Duncan. Hits the trifecta. Duncan's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
Remember when big men shooting threes were as rare as a Sasquatch, and now those big guys are everywhere.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
And not a good idea to take a nap on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and that athleticism. So much power. Way to get up.
Gilmore's shot is good.
When they get their opportunity to punch it inside, they don't hesitate.
And so it's Gilgeous-Alexander with it. He brings it up for Houston. 6-point game. Robbed. Edwards with it. No points so far. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
And looking at Edwards, the offensive skills he has are impressive. Now he must focus on improving his defense.
And Houston making a change here. And both free throws good for Edwards. Houston trails by 8. 1:19 left in the half. And he goes in for the dunk.
Oh, I love this guy. Even when they're trailing, he works hard to put on a show.
Hey, that might be just what they need right now. Outside Edwards. Pass to Gilmore. Just 3 to shoot. Here's Duncan. Connects from downtown. Duncan's got 6.
That's one of the best three-point shooters. You got to try to scramble the Jets right here and get that guy off the sweet spot.
Gobert. Oh, he missed the layup. He had it with the pump fake. Now here's Edwards. Back to George. Crafty move. Soft touch off the glass. And it's an 11-point Brooklyn lead.
So good, so experienced. Paul George can convert the toughest of buckets.
Bogut gets a bucket.
If you give him any sort of space, he's going to attack.
Pass to Gilmore. And here's Edwards. Leans from outside. No good on the buzzer beater. And that concludes the first half. Brooklyn out in front, leading by 9. And time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow on 2K Sports. And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Houston trails by 9. Here's Bogut. O'Neal pulls it in. Irving looking around. And yes, it's good. He's 7 for 8 now.
Like a matador. Olay! There was no defense. That has to be one of the easier shots I've seen tonight.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
And there's a whistle. That'll belong to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That'll be a second foul of the game. Here's Bogut. 14 points for him. And he bangs it home with one hand.
Incredible. It sometimes falls to the point guard to be the offensive catalyst.
Seems like he always knows when his squad needs a lift.
Did you see how much air he had under him? Wow.
Timeout called. Brooklyn. Brooklyn making a switch here. Second half rolling along, about a minute played here. Here's Embiid. Lots of room. Tried to bank it in, but it misses.
He loved to make them pay for giving up that wide open jumper, just unable to do so.
Pass to Gobert.
And just wasn't able to set up in time.
And Houston has possession. They trail by 9. Here's Bogut. Embiid knocks it loose.
Yeah, imposing his will. Embiid sending a message with that rejection.
And Carroll left side. Off target with the 3.
Well, even though he misses that one, the defense has got to talk about that. And that's a bad miscue. And you can't give up looks like that all game long.
Now Smith. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Ball no good. Houston trails by 9. Pass to Bogut. Oh, he goes up high for the two-handed slam.
Incredible. It sometimes falls to the point guard to be the offensive catalyst.
Seems like he always knows when his squad needs a lift.
Did you see how much air he had under him? Wow.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
And given LaMelo Ball is 6'7", how does this give him an advantage in his position, Greg?
Well, B.A., he's able to score on smaller guards as well as see over them and find his teammates. His height and quick decision-making are real weapons.
Pass to Pippen. Here's Reed. right side. And Carroll with it. Defended by Gobert. Ooh, Gobert with a steal. There's 45 seconds left in the third quarter. Up top, Smith. Brooklyn pulls it in. They held a 12-point lead earlier. And Carroll with it. Guarded by Smith. To the paint. Pass to Pippen. 6 to shoot. Embiid inside. Another miss. They desperately need a bucket. Smith outside. Here's Gobert. The third quarter comes to a close. Brooklyn out in front, up by 5. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. Man, I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Brooklyn leading by 5. Pass to Duncan. Back to O'Neal. Outside for Irving. From the arc. Knocks it down from distance. Irving's got 20.
Exactly what every offense needs. Shooters who can force the defense to extend.
No, there's no doubt he's a legitimate threat from downtown, and he's demonstrating that in this game.
Oh, it's blocked by Gilgeous-Alexander. And they get it back. Just 5 on the clock. Here's George. And it's Thomas with the rebound. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. That one on Tatum.
In that 2018 draft, you think about those names, Doncic, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Boy, that's a lot to begin with.
Timeout called. Houston. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, well during the last break I heard Mike D'Antoni as he talked with the team. They were encouraging their team to run, look for breaks. Coach wants to see them getting into transition more. Back to you, Brian.
Thank you for that, Allie. Here's Bogut. Oh, he pipes it. 9 for 14 and showing no let-up.
Well, tough to match up with Bogut, especially his size and that soft touch.
Here's Duncan. And out of bounds. Houston will have it. Houston trails by 8. About a minute and a half into the fourth now. Here's Bogut.
I love great defense. Just quick to establish his feet, and he takes the hit.
Team foul.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Puts it up. Connects. The jumper drops. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 4 points now in the quarter.
I just don't think they want him taking that kind of shot. Again, his teammates are just laughing, shaking their heads there on the bench.
Here's Gobert. Brooklyn pulls it in. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now.
2 minutes to play. Fourth quarter.
O'Neal inside. Shot from the low post is good. And now it's a 12-point Brooklyn lead.
It's just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
A minute 42 left in the game. Smith outside. Clock at 6. O'Neal pulls it in. Brooklyn leading by 12. Now here's Irving. Pass to O'Neal. Up and over Smith. And that's off the glass and in.
Their offense has been unstoppable, just firing on all cylinders.
I mean, this team is just dangerous. Right now, every shot that they're putting up feels like it's going in.
Sends it home from three-point land.
Looks so effortless for Kevin Durant, making long-range shots look unchallenging.
Gilgeous-Alexander's shot is good.
Showing us that killer instinct right now. No letting the foot off the gas for them.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
Timeout call, Houston. There's 57 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Brooklyn making a switch here. Up top, Durant. Misses in close. On the wing, Irving. Three-pointer. Knocks down the long J. And Brooklyn leads by 16.
The way they dominated, they earned the dub tonight.
Well, these nights last a long time when you just go out there and you outwork your opponent. You know that that's going to pay dividends. Tonight it's going to come in a win.
Edwards can't hit. And it's Houston's ball. Durant looking around. So we see Brooklyn get the win here. They didn't have too many problems tonight.
They didn't. Just a tremendous team.
Thanks for tuning in this Wednesday. 2K Sports presents the NBA. Good evening, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony. On our sideline, David Aldridge. And so off the tip, it's Brooklyn. Pass to O'Neal. Shakes him. And the dunk by O'Neal.
O'Neal is a force of nature. And once he gets it that low, it is a foregone conclusion.
To the middle. Outside Jackson. Jordan left side. One-on-one here. Van Carroll looking around. Outside Irving. Over Billups. And that's good for two.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve. And I love the way he uses his size there to make sure he gets that goal.
The first overall pick, and Stan, we have seen this kid, 6'10" Paolo Banchero. How impressive have you assessed his passing skills?
Well, Kevin, it was the thing that surprised me most about him when he came in the NBA. I knew he could put the ball on the floor and attack the basket, get to the free throw line, but he is one of the best big playmakers in this league, making the game easier for all of his teammates.
Wow, what a great asset.
You aren't kidding.
High, arcing shot. That doesn't go, and he's 0 of 1 from the field. Right side, Irving. And Irving throws it down.
And you love the quick ups, but then how about that explosiveness on the finish? Irving, and he just has an incredible gift.
Here's Shakes. To halt the run. Rejected by Banchero. Here's Irving. And the rejection by Jackson. Second chance shot. They grabbed their own miss. Banchero outside. That's good, and that's Embiid with the assist.
And this is the type of go-to scorer this team wants Banchero to be. They love his confidence.
Billups from outside. Rejected by Banchero. Outside Irving. It's good from the top of the key. Irving's got 6.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly how you want to start a game, with a big offensive push. I think this is a rare case of being overcommitted. He tried to go all out at the rim, and they stifled him.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Absolutely. They're playing their game and executing at a real high level. Everything is working for them right now.
Here's Jackson. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And here's a guy that's not in coast mode. Jackson's going to give it all he has every minute he's on the floor. That's how he earns the and one. And you know, guys, with Embiid on the floor, it's not just about his individual play. He changes everything for everyone on that team. That's how dominant he is. It's not just statistics. His presence alone propels them.
Now, here's Banchero. Just 5 on the clock. Embiid the screen. And on the way from Irving for 3. From beyond the arc and then some. He's got 11.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
Yeah, now it's all about maintaining this lead, but you can't start playing it safe. You got to keep attacking and executing.
And so it's Brooklyn in command with a 16-point lead as the buzzer sounds. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And from Brooklyn, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
way to set the table. Offensively, they dominated on the interior.
Well, if they're going to be that ferocious inside, this defense is in for a long night.
And timeout is called by Greg Popovich. Wants to regroup and go over the strategy. Here's Roy. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Using his size, Giannis.
And this is where you feed Giannis. The closer he is, the more dangerous he becomes.
Here's Edwards. Atlanta with the rebound. Here's Robertson. And the shot falls short this time.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
I don't know what happened there. About as easy an attempt as you could possibly ask for.
And Bogut slams it in.
Yeah, just a forceful finish there. Bogut has that natural power.
Here's Anthony Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. Lets it go from 14. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Bogut's got 4 points in the quarter.
And comfortably squaring up from the mid-range there. Nice touch by Bogut.
Here's Edwards. Oh, wow, what a great move inside.
That is incredible. Yeah, Edwards has some big bounce in his step.
And despite his young age, Coach Van Gundy, Anthony Edwards' leadership qualities growing day by day.
Yeah, Kevin, and a lot of it's because he is great at both ends of the court. Confident, charismatic, upbeat. He's learning that delicate balance between taking over a game and bringing his teammates along for the ride.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can all...
What a sweet jam by Edwards.
Well, once Edwards saw his opening, it was game over. He delights in sticking it to you like this.
Outside, Billups. Here's the screen. Drills the three-pointer.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Edwards can't hit.
Well defended that time. He's a shooter that the D has to close down on quickly when he's ready to pull the trigger.
Outside, Billups. 5 on the clock. Atlanta needs to get off a shot here. Jackson misses. Brooklyn leading by 11. For 3, Edwards. Rebounded by Jackson.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Well, give credit to the defense for cutting him off. Normally, that'd be easy points for him at the rim.
Atlanta trails by 11. There's the drive, and it's sent back by George.
And the timing from George there on the rejection, using his long reach to turn away the shot.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Edwards.
Great energy on the deflection, and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, there's nothing easy on offense. Coaches love seeing that kind of hustle on the defensive end.
And here is Billups. Pass to Shades. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits.
Well, all of us coaches, we love when you can create looks in close.
Here's Thomas. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Brooklyn shooting their first shot from the stripe in this game. And the first one at the line is good.
Shooting 2.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
And he's shown a great touch at the line. They've tested the big guy, but he's come through.
And that one is stuffed right through.
Wow, look at how quick he flashes to the rim there for the finish.
Lays it up off the glass. And Brooklyn leads by 11.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
And so it's Brooklyn holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. We'll return shortly. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. The Atlanta trails by 11. Buzelis with the ball. Scoreless thus far. Up again. Rebound by Paolo Banchero. Brooklyn with the ball. At one point, they led by 16. That bucket in no time at all.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless, building this lead in every way possible.
Sweet move, and it's laid in by Billups. Billups has got 5 points so far.
Continuously working in close. Billups earning that bucket.
Gilgeous-Alexander can't hit from in close. Inside. Jordan's shot is off.
Oh, this is exactly the kind of opportunity you don't want to waste.
Brooklyn shooting their third free throw shot of the game. That's good from O'Neal.
Over 7 feet, big, quick, great hands. Shaq is a one-of-one type of player. Just didn't get his hands up in time on that one. They weren't on the same page there.
And timeout is called by Greg Popovich. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. The Atlanta trails by 13. Here's Roy. Solid as a rock from 20 feet away.
Off and running right off the bat here to start the second half.
Ball with it. Now defended by Adams. Three-pointer by Embiid. That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter.
That is a textbook block out to secure the rebound.
And the dunk by Robertson.
Putting that pass right in his stride. Didn't have to slow up and was able to complete the play.
And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. With a 9-point lead. And Bogut sends it back.
And Bogut, known as a quality defender, effective at keeping those at bay.
And Embiid with the block. Pass to George. The kick out to Ball. And stolen by Robertson. Ball surveying the defense. Shoots the three. Atlanta with the rebound.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
One thing about LaMelo Ball, he can really take over at times, Greg, when he's healthy and playing well.
And a lot of that is just his feel for the game. He processes quickly and then has the talent to execute. It's pretty hard to stop him when he's in the flow.
And Pippen there driving hard inside, has the height and athleticism to consistently get it done in the paint.
Bogut. And again, it's Atlanta.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
Here's Reed. Marketing with the block.
And how about marketing, using his size and reach on defense? Great timing in terms of being able to get up and block shots.
Oh, and a fast break for Atlanta. Here's Shays, and it's denied. Left side, ball. Over Robertson. And again, no good by Brooklyn. The Atlanta trails by 7. And it's Paul George with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. First team foul. 34 seconds left in the third. Screen by Adams. And Adams with the slam.
Well, and it took a terrific effort at both ends to sustain this run.
Yeah, it's normally the defense that fuels a comeback, but let's see how much they have left in the tank.
And Ball is a proven distributor. He's got a real talent for spotting the cracks in the D.
Pass to Shays. Rebound, Brooklyn. And here's George for 3. And so it's Brooklyn, bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. Looking good at this point, but wanting more.
29.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. And timeout is called by Greg Popovich. He knows every possession is critical now. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Well, guys, during the last break, I listened to Greg Popovich talk to his team. He said, hey, we're still in this thing. We just have to trust each other out there. Be aggressive, stay together, and play as a team. We're coming back and winning this one. Pretty confident words, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. Here's Bogut. Bogut. And the rebound goes to Duncan. Brooklyn leading by 9. And a wide open look for Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's the 3. Good on the triple.
Well, this is why SGA is a focal point of this offense, because of that ability to score.
Jordan the screen. Here's Bogut. Down low. No good from Jordan. On the wing, Gilgeous-Alexander. O'Neal outside. The shot, no good. Excellent D there from Markkanen. And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That'll...